have told Isaiah, sit on this and spin on it. You did not have to compare faces as if you're a look of your damn self. Hold on. Jesus Christ. It's V, and welcome back to my channel. Vanessa, you missed Friday's episode. I know. I was busy doing this. I'm back, so let's get into tonight's episode, shall we? It was intense. I cried a little, not gonna lie. I just want to start off by saying Phoebe's a weirdo. Okay? The episode began where we left off last. Phoebe and Chad, they finished making out in the girls' dressing room. Mackenzie walks in and scene. Phoebe, she goes back into the girls' dressing room to get a sweater. Phoebe, she tells Mackenzie, I just kissed Chad. I love you. I just wanted to tell you. How does someone respond to that? She's such a fucking weirdo. Not the good kind of weird, the wicked kind of weird. I'm surprised Phoebe even admitted it and told Mackenzie. Okay, let's move on. Naja, she gets a text. The hideaway is open. Everyone decides it's time for Jesse and Deb to shine. Let's sum up Jesse and Deb's experience in the hideaway. Jesse got on the pole. They handcuffed each other blindfolded. Like they really were both blindfolded trying to handcuff each other. They played numbers. And they got it in. Let's move on to Phoebe and Joel. Phoebe had a chat with Joel, she tells Joel, she's not that interested in a romantic way with Joel. She likes their conversations they have with one another, but she doesn't see it romantically between them. So she friend zoned him. I'm happy she friend zoned him. It's his fault she's still here. I still don't understand why Joel chose her. She's 21, he's 28. He wants something serious. She's young. She's clearly there for fun. Mackenzie and Chad's turn. They also ended their romance. They both friend-zoned each other. Phoebe and Chad, they're just so snaky and shady. I don't like snakes. And I don't like shady people. It's a new day, it's a new morning, the girls are getting ready, and of course, it's time to chit chat. It went down in the girls' room. Okay, Phoebe and Chad's connection comes up. Naja, she asks Mackenzie about how she feels. Mackenzie lets everyone know her and Chad, they're friends. They friend-zoned each other, it's over. Mackenzie mentions that Chad downplays his feelings for Phoebe. Phoebe got very offended. She said, of course he's gonna downplay his feelings for me in front of you. Naja, her little teal salt. Naja be chiming in too much. She gotta relax. Naja said that Chad has expressed that he likes Phoebe in front of her, Jeff, and Sydney. Mackenzie's like, okay, that's great. I'm just letting you know. He downplayed his feelings for Courtney. He downplayed his feelings for you. I wouldn't want a guy like that. I wouldn't want a guy downplaying his feelings for me in front of people. Phoebe did not like that. Why are we spending all this time talking about Chad? I don't know. And I hate that for us. Phoebe, she's obviously bothered by what Mackenzie said. She pulled Chad for a chat. She lets him know what Mackenzie said about him downplaying his feelings for her. He said it would have been weird for him to go into depth about how he feels about her to Mackenzie, etc., etc. Phoebe's like, yeah, I knew that. I know. Okay. Her and Chad, they're copacetic. They're on the same page. Moving along. Phoebe, she goes back to Mackenzie to have a one-on-one after clearing things up with Chad. Phoebe and Mackenzie, they're going back and forth. Phoebe, she doesn't like what Mackenzie had to say. She said it in front of all the girls. Mackenzie doesn't know Chad that well or his character to speak about him and what he would do and say. Mackenzie's like, girl, I'm just stating how I feel about the situation. I stand on what I said. I was just trying to look out for you. Phoebe told Mackenzie, you don't know everything. You think you know everything. Mackenzie tells Phoebe, no, you think you know everything. You don't know everything. Their conversation literally went nowhere. At one point, Phoebe mentioned, when someone needs to bring someone else down to make themselves feel better because they got rejected or friend zoned. I told y'all, the jokes just write themselves. Like, wasn't she not bringing Sydney down the whole entire time in Casa Amor? It's either Phoebe's dumb or that ponytail's way too tight. She talks about hating all the things she does. I'm not even trying to be funny. Something may be wrong with her. Let's switch gears. Isaiah gets a text. It's that time of the season. It's time for the Islanders to find out what the public, Twitter, feels and thinks about them. Our hosts for the challenge, Timmy and Zita. Let's get into it. First tweet. Blank's flying first class while Blank's in coach because she's too good for him. The answer, Zita and Timmy. When I tell you I felt validated and vindicated after reading that, after seeing that, I've been saying Zita could do so much better than Timmy. It feels good knowing I'm not the only person that thinks this way and feels this way. Next tweet. Blank still has a thing for blank and blank and blank and blank. The answer was Phoebe, of course. Had they filled the box up with every single guy. Isaiah, Joe, Chad, Jesse, Jeff, and Timmy. Next tweet. Blank. If you know your worth, why are you going back to a man that tried to jump ship on you twice now? Sydney and Deb both chose themselves as the answer. The answer was Sydney. Next tweet. Blank is faking his strong feelings for blank. He is not attracted to her emotionally or physically. No one can convince me that he is. The answer was Jesse and Deb. That was so fucking harsh, yet so true. I'm not feeling it. They scream friendship couple. Nothing wrong with that. Y'all could be friends. But lovers? Next tweet. Finally catching up on Love Island USA, and it looks like blank and blank are giving peanut butter and jelly vibes. For sure, a perfect match. The answer was Joel and Mackenzie. Okay. Next tweet. Blank is faking it with blank. She is playing him for a fool. The answer was Naja and Jeff. Y'all really hurt Jeff's feelings with that tweet. Oh my God. He was upset. Next tweet. Kimberly Production even let this tweet go through. It would suck for blank to find out blank was comparing her to blank's natural beauty. Sydney was looking around like, I have no idea. I'm watching the camera focusing on Isaiah. Isaiah, you know this was you, boo. The answer was Isaiah comparing Sydney to Phoebe's natural beauty. The producers did not have to air that question. Production knew what they were doing with that tweet. I'm sure. Sydney and Isaiah got a whole bunch of tweets dragging them. The villa's about to be in shambles, and back to square one for Isaiah and Sydney. The winners of the tweet challenge, Chad and Mackenzie, they're newly paired. And they got the most answers correct. I feel like the OG Islanders just didn't want to throw each other under the bus. The Islanders were so mad. You guys hurt their feelings each and every season. I felt so bad for Sydney. Sydney is in shambles after that tweet. She doesn't appreciate the fact that her looks are being compared. Also, she didn't like Isaiah's reaction. Isaiah sees her upset and sad. Instead of comforting her, he gets upset, defensive, and pissed off. Phoebe was also comparing herself to you two. Don't fall for her freaking lies and her freaking tricks. Phoebe was trying to be innocent too. Girl, you were playing a comparison game. Your entire Casa Amor stats, please. Sydney's in shambles. Naja and Phoebe, they're having a chat. They're trying to decipher, find out what happened. Is this true? This whole natural beauty comment, was it made? Phoebe, she said, Jeff might know something. He was a huge advocate for me. He kept telling Isaiah, she's it. Still haven't forgiven Jeff for that. So they call Jeff over like, Jeff, come over. Is this true? Did Isaiah really say this? Jeff's like, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe. Is Sydney upset? Oh God, I don't remember. Everyone has amnesia. I did remember Isaiah comparing faces to faces. When I heard that, I was appalled. Isaiah got some motherfucking nerves comparing looks, as if he's a fucking looker himself. Isaiah, he's freaking out. He claims he doesn't remember saying this. That's what you get for being a confessional booth gangster. America, the public will hold you accountable. Isaiah also asked Mackenzie, like, do you know anything about this? You know, people are privy to watching the show before they enter, so that's probably why he asked Mackenzie, like, do you remember me saying this? I wanted Isaiah to worry less about, did I really say this? Come on. They're not gonna call it out, bring it on the show if it wasn't true. You were in the confessional, you were popping a lot of shit. You got called out for it. It sucks that Sydney has to be hurt in this process. Sydney has mentioned time and time again insecurities, being insecure in her relationship with Isaiah. So that's also playing another part. This show is traumatizing this young girl. We saw a whole lot of back and forth talk. Did Isaiah really say this? Sydney crying. Everybody feeling tension in the villa. I was wondering when Isaiah was going to man up and approach Sydney instead of avoiding the situation. Finally, Isaiah pulled Sydney for a chat. One thing I admire about Sydney. Sydney always faces everything head on. After hearing my man comparing me to someone else, especially the girl you tried to replace me with, I don't want to talk to you. I would have told Isaiah to fuck off. But no, Sydney faces all her problems, issues, conflicts head on. I respect that. I admire that, especially at her young ass age. I would have told Isaiah to sit on this and spin on it, but not Sydney. She's more adult than I was at that age. Okay. So no more running away. Isaiah has to confront this. The episode ended with them two talking, and Sydney said she doesn't know how they're going to move forward from this. Do I think they're gonna come back from this? Yes. You know why? Because she really likes him. Oh, you're not gonna compare me to another woman. Compare me to Beyonce. But I am not gonna let someone like Isaiah compare me to another woman. Hell no. As if he's Idris Elba? Who's cute to me? As if he's Method Man? As if he's Cinco? No way. You ain't no Cinco, Isaiah, please. Worst part about this whole thing, Phoebe's probably feeling the fuck out of herself. Like, she is gassed the fuck up right now. Like, she could play it off cool as much as she wants. I know she is feeling the fuck out of herself, and I can't stand her, and I can't stand it. Andy would have never done Sydney like this. Oh my God. Where do they go from here? There's no forgiving. Not for me. I mean, I'm forgiving you, but I'm moving on. I can't wait till Tuesday episode. It's gonna be intense. Don't forget to vote in the poll for the most compatible couple. I voted for Naja and Jeff because I like Jeff. And I'm gonna stick beside him. I don't care. Jeff is my spirit animal. Even though he's partially the cause for this, because he was gassing Isaiah to fuck up, but Isaiah didn't have to be a fucking follower. I want Phoebe gone. I want Chad gone. It's been a pleasure. As always, I'll see you guys Tuesday. Good night.